This video demonstrates how to onboard SAS Viya Workbench in Microsoft Azure. Onboarding SAS Viya Workbench on Microsoft Azure is a two-step process. First, you purchase a subscription to SAS Viya Workbench through Azure Marketplace. Second, you deploy the data plane for SAS Viya Workbench. Step 1. Log on to Azure Marketplace and select SAS Viya Workbench. Select the subscription where you want to deploy SAS Viya Workbench, and select Public Preview from the Plan drop-down list. Then click Subscribe. In the Subscribe to SAS Viya Workbench page, complete these steps. Select or create a resource group for the subscription. Choose a supported Azure region. Under the SAS Details heading, enter a name for your plan. Provide a number of users. Optionally, add tags to your resources. Click Review and Subscribe. Click Subscribe. A message appears that your SAS subscription is in progress. Now wait about 30 seconds, then click Configure Account Now. Provide an email and verify the email with the code you receive. Enter the required information for your subscription. Note that you must select the same region for the SAS subscription and later for your SAS Viya Workbench deployment. If you select two different regions, your deployment will fail. Click Submit. Now the deployment automation processes run and could take several minutes to complete. After the SAS deployment automation completes, the subscription page will include the additional customer keys that are required for deploying the SAS Viya Workbench data plane. You cannot proceed with the data plane deployment without these keys. You should have received a thank you email when you first subscribed. Wait about 8 minutes, and when you receive the email with the subject line, "You can now deploy SAS Viya Workbench," you're ready to proceed to Step 2. Before you do, please review the requirements and ensure you have them in place. Step 2. Deploy the data plane for SAS Viya Workbench as an Azure managed application. Refresh the subscription page and you'll now see the customer keys. Back in the Azure Marketplace, select SAS Viya Workbench Deployment. From the SAS Viya Workbench Deployment page, select your plan and click Create. On the Basics tab of the Create SAS Viya Workbench Deployment page, enter the name of the resource group for the deployment. You do not have to specify the same resource group that you used for the subscription. However, you must select the same region that you used when creating the subscription. If you do not, the deployment fails. Enter the application name. Click Next. On the Configuration tab, enter your linking code. You can find this value on your subscription page. Note that this is a one-time code. After you use it to create the deployment, this value disappears from the subscription page. Select your desired compute worker instance size. Remember to make sure that you have the quota for the VM sizes that you select. Then choose the maximum count. Optionally, enable and provide authorized IP ranges to restrict inbound access to the data plane. Optionally, enable GPU support and select your desired GPU compute worker instance size. Click Next. Agree to the terms and conditions and click Create. After a few minutes, a message appears that deployment succeeded. Click Go to Resource. This will open the resource group where the application was created. Click the application. This will open the Managed Application instance. Find the Managed Resource Group name in the top right corner and click it. This will open the Managed Resource Group. The infrastructure objects will be created within this group via automation from the control plane. Click the API call object to make sure it succeeded. This means that the API call succeeded. Automation in the control plane will deploy the infrastructure into the Managed Resource Group. This can take some time. After about 45 minutes, you should receive a third email. Congrats, your deployment of SAS Viya Workbench is complete. Now it's time to set up your SSO provider. Navigate to the subscription management page and use the tenant admin one-time login link to create an admin password for your deployment. Under the Authentication tab, click New SSO Connection. Configure SSO with your identity provider. Any OpenID Connect compliant provider is supported. In SAS communities, you can find configuration steps for Microsoft Entra ID, formerly Azure Active Directory, and Okta. Once you complete the configuration details, click OK. Then create a new domain. Then sign out and sign back in using SSO. For my example, once the domain is detected, I'm redirected to Microsoft Login. After receiving admin approval, I'm able to log in. Now let's take a moment to validate the environment by starting a new workbench and running some code. On the home page, you can easily create a new on-demand computing environment by selecting New Workbench. I'll name it Demo Workbench. In the Maximum Compute drop-down list, I'll select the number of compute cores to use. For demonstration purposes, I'll select the minimum compute level. I will leave the default primary volume and mounting volume, but I will create a home volume. Finally, I'll confirm my selections by clicking OK. And that's it! The new workbench is now ready. After creating the new workbench, I can launch it by selecting Start Workbench. Now the workbench will spin up a compute environment. Once it's ready, I can select my preferred programming interface. I'll open Visual Studio Code. VS Code quickly initializes and I can get started. To confirm functionality, I'll clone the provided example repo and run some SAS code. I can now see sample data, Python code, and SAS code. I'll run this datastep.sas program. Now what if I want to use Python? You can leverage the pre-installed Python environment or install your own packages. To get started, I created this python demo.py file. I'll run the Python program and view the results. Now I have confirmed that I can run SAS and Python code in the environment. I'll close the VS Code tab. Back in the SAS Viya Workbench homepage, I can manually stop the environment by selecting Stop Workbench. If you've reached this point, that means you successfully deployed. Congrats! Share the connection URL with the end users so they can start using SAS Viya Workbench. This video demonstrated how to onboard SAS Viya Workbench on Microsoft Azure. Now that you're ready to get started, watch the SAS Viya Workbench Quick Start tutorial.